Hello, everybody, and welcome to the finally starting Sunday Grand Finals of the Edmonton League of Legends Open. We are getting into game now today. Finally excited. We had a little bit of Discord issues for the teams. They need to make sure that they are able to hear each other and talk to each other.
Yeah, that's generally helpful.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's a little important, you know, in a team game. So we're just getting into champion select here. On the blue side, we are going to have Kevnans Wildboys Supreme versus Asian Invasion on the red side. First game of the day, we are doing a round-robin play-in style here for the finals today. Each team will play each team one time. The top two teams are going to advance into a best-of-3, and the winner of that best-of-3 will be the champion of the tournament. So at least 5 games, maybe 6, maybe more if we need to get to some tiebreakers. So great broadcast scheduled for you guys today.
Yeah, though to keep things moving fairly quickly, we will only be doing one game of each round, not both.
That's true, yep.
Just a heads up.
So we're going to be following today to make sure that we cast everyone. We're going to be following Asian Invasion as they progress through the round robin.
And, yeah, so pretty good sum up of what's going on. And so we're getting into the first game with bans almost finished up. Shen, Zed, and Lucian banned out by Kevnans Wildboys Supreme. And Rumble taken away from Watery.
Yeah, and the Viego ban as well, too. We did see a massive Viego play from I Am Kitsune yesterday on that Viego. Massive performance. The best Viego performance I've ever seen. Not that I've seen a ton.
Yeah, and the Victor as well. I don't know if that's a specific pick for Kevnans Wildboy Supreme that's getting banned out, or...
Oh, hard to know. Yeah, this could be a targeted selection against them. We do see the Graves first pick, a very strong jungler, seen strong performances whenever we've seen him this weekend so far.
Yeah, we saw him a fair bit. I think 2 out of 3 games we saw him yesterday. Mm-hmm. He was banned away in the second game. So, and Lulu Twitch for the bot lane. They're going straight in and locking down their bot lane.
Yeah, this is something we've seen pretty commonly, getting that duo pick onto the bot lane from the purple side start, getting the combo that you do want in that lane. We've seen some fun combinations and some nutty ones as well, too. So the Seraphine Senna combo from day one was a really exciting bot lane to watch, for example.
Yeah, and we also saw Lulu, I believe we saw Lulu played as well earlier, in a Protect the Kog'Maw comp, so maybe something similar coming out here with the Twitch.
Yeah, absolutely possible. We get the Tom Kench and the Senna picked up on the side of Kevnans Wildboys. And Dark Creation X, the mid laner for Asian Invasion, may pick his lane here, may not. We might see a pick for the top or jungle coming through. Does look like the Gwen.
Yeah. A very high priority pick yesterday. We saw Gwen doing quite well in the top lane. Really just a dominant champion up there.
Yeah, really strong in that top lane. The first one that was able to break through Tax's Mundo play from day one as well.
Yeah. And into the ban phase here. I'm curious where the Tom Kench is going to go. I feel like since his soft rework, he's mostly a top laner. He doesn't really go down to the support too much. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious if that's where he's gonna go. He'll probably have a lot of trouble with that Gwen matchup.
Yeah, that might be a little tough. Maybe it's a flex pick. Who knows? We'll have to see. Wukong banned. Wukong, a very popular jungler right now.
Yeah, lots of early damage, pretty quick clear, and his ability to engage and just lock down people come level 6 with his now double cast ultimate.
Yeah, so much fun when they did that little rework on the monkey, giving him the double cast, allowing his clone to cast as well too. Just really enabled more outplays, which is always what you want to be able to be doing on champions, or be at least capable of.
Yeah, and taking away one of the top lane hyper carries in Jax.
Yeah, Jax, we have not seen played yet, but that doesn't mean that we wouldn't have been seeing it.
Yeah.
Katarina final ban. from Kevnans. So we still have the mid lane pick and the jungler for Asian Invasion.
Yeah, and hovering the Rammus currently.
I would love to see Rammus. That would be so funny. But
Going with the bear instead.
The bear is there.
The bear is there. Likely going to be a top lane bear. I have a feeling he could jungle, but top lane seems to be where he's strongest so far in the current meta.
Galio, the king of the frozen gargoyles. Galio coming into the game. Love to see Galio played. He is a lot of fun, and the final lock-in is that Camille.
So that's likely going to be the top lane pick with the Camille. Graves obviously going into the jungle on Kitsune. So Senna 80 carry on Celestiri. And we'll have to see whether it's Galio or Tom Kench that's the solo laner.
Yeah, I imagine the Galio is going to be in the mid lane, but we'll have to see what they choose. Watery, one of those people that loves playing those more enormous champions. Used to play a lot of Cho'Gath, plays a good bit of Rumble, and now with the Galio, so that will be a Galio in the mid lane. Yone for Dark Creation X versus that Galio. Not great to see the full AD counter pick when you're picking the Galio.
Yeah, no, a lot of AD on that team. Gwen kind of really the only major source of AP, and a lot of her damage comes out as true damage with her Q. So not really a great time for Galio, but he can still work.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That ultimate, his engage and his crowd control ability. We've got a lot of tankiness coming through. We got the Tom Kench. The Galio, Graves deceptively tanky on his own. Camille, she's got shields. Senna with the heals. A lot of durability potentially for Kevnans Wildboys Supreme. And for the side of Asian Invasion, we've got Volibear in the jungle.
Yeah, I said in the top lane, I had completely forgotten Gwen had been picked. But
yeah, Gwen going to be in that top lane versus Camille. Yone in the mid. Twitch Lulu on the bot side. The first picks prioritized by Asian Invasion here. We'll see what kind of work they're able to execute in that lane. A lot of potential harass, strong level 2. And with the Celestiri on the Senna and Busty Senpai on the Tom Kench, Busty Senpai very likely to be in lane this game.
Yeah.
We did see yesterday a lot of roaming coming out from Busty, being able to play Blitzcrank and Bard as well. I can't remember what he played in the first game, but so much roaming on the Blitzcrank and the Bard in those last 2 games.
And really high level of success on those roams as well, especially on that Blitzcrank game. He was just hitting hook after hook, and especially onto the mid lane. Zeri, I believe it was?
Zeri, yeah, that's exactly who it was.
So
Cupid has nightmares about that.
Yeah, and we are shortly away from the game here, a minute and a half left on the spectator delay, as we are on the normal client that everybody has. So we'll take a quick break here as we get into the action in just a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and getting into the game here as the teams run out onto the Rift. We've got Kevnans Wildboys Supreme on the blue side, with Asian Invasion being on the red side. No invasion coming out from them this game, running the line of scrimmage, but Kevnans Wildboys going to run into the Gwen in the top lane. Ghost is popped early on, and a ward will be cleared out. Get a little bit of extra vision with that Ghost ward. Place a ward down onto the red buff. Lulu invading the red side jungle to also get the ward in the back, just barely completed in time as Busty Senpai was checking a bush. And it looks like no blood will come out. And everybody will be heading in to their positions. Welcome back, Tim.
Thank you for the welcome. I really appreciate it. Kevnans, Wildboys Supreme, Asian Invasion, the teams. No, we did see one really successful invade yesterday, but mostly teams have gone for that normal start.
Yeah, line of scrimmage across the rift and just keeping everything simple and easy. Keep it simple, keep it safe.
Keep it sexy.
Dark Creation and Watari. This matchup is probably going to be one of the more important ones on the rift here.
Yeah, Watery on the Galio in the mid lane, able to use his ultimate really easily to transition if there is a big fight happening in the top or bottom side. It really allows him to flex around the map, but the danger really comes in that laning phase, like you were pointing out. Will Dark Creation be able to put on a lot of pressure and prevent him from roaming? Galio extremely good at that wave clear with a lot of AoE in his kit. So should probably be aiming just to farm out the lanes, push quickly, and see where he ends up on the map.
Yeah, definitely a matchup where Watery probably wants to be playing pretty passive for basically the first 6 levels, unless, something comes up where he can get an early roam in. But until he hits that level 6, for the most part, probably going to stay under the tower, because last thing you want to do is feed the Yone.
Yeah, absolute last thing you want to do. Ooh, and we do see the level 2 coming through first for Asian Invasion on the bot side. Heal popped by Celesteria to make sure that he doesn't go down to that max damage expunged from the Twitch there. Not quite max, one auto away, but re-engage from Watery, but the jungler is there.
Yeah, Taunt will come out, give him a bit of a spell shield. There is some protection from the Volibear there with that spell shield, but
yeah, that's for sure.
Does have to burn his flash to get out of there.
Yeah, losing the flash in the mid lane is going to make him very vulnerable as this game goes on. Dark Creation able to close a lot of distance really quickly. The damage reduction from Galio's abilities might be what he needs to stay alive, but he's going to be in a dangerous position moving forward.
Yeah. Do you reckon Galio goes for the W max?
I reckon he goes for the lane max. He needs to got to clear the minions out.
Tom Kench coming in with the knockup. First blood going the way of Twitch. Celesteria on the backside just couldn't get in there and just ticked away from the poison. Busty Senpai able to flash away, and not really the best engage there by Busty Senpai.
No, and a little bit lacking the information that the jungler was going to be on his way down there for the support. Asian Invasion made it seem like there was an opening that there wasn't really at that point.
Yeah. And that's a pretty big pickup, that first blood on Twitch. One of the better late game hyper carries. So getting that early kill, the first blood, getting that snowball rolling is always a good sign. Now, Dark Creation X going to get jumped on by Watery, but the flash away, enough to keep him safe.
Yeah, good play there by Dark Creation. Knows that with Kitsune right there, they definitely have the damage to burst him if they were to land the knockup plus taunt there. So Watery going in aggressively, Dark Creation saving himself there. And now we do have an even mid lane with no flash for either laner at this point.
Yeah, no flash. Both have Ignite too, so able to go aggressive if the opportunity is there.
And if you notice, too, on the bot lane, looking at those CS counts, we're seeing an interesting lane choice here. Tom Kench, the one last hitting. Senna is not last hitting. Tom Kench passing off that gold to himself.
And we did see this on Thursday as well with that Seraphine Senna bot lane, where the Seraphine ended up playing the carry role and doing all the CSing with Senna being the support in that lane.
And we do see a gank coming in here from Garvin, just positioned on the side. They have no idea he's here. Busty Senpai goes in for the play, thinks he's got the advantage, but he doesn't have the advantage. So much damage coming onto Matthew. He's looking for the go, trying to make it happen. They do have the backup now coming in from the Galio and Kitsune on the backside. The Twitch falling extremely low. That is going to be a turned around double kill. Garvin thinks he's going for the bait, but the Tom Kench is too tanky. And just like that, Kevnans, Wildboys Supreme pick up 2 kills there on what looked to be a counterplay.
Yeah, no, a fantastic counter gank coming out from Watery, taking the opportunity to come down from mid lane. We're wondering if that early roam was going to happen or if he was just going to stay safe till 6. Well, that answered our question.
Yeah, roam he will, if need be.
Yeah, and doesn't look like he missed out on too much either in the top lane there. Able to get back with a wave at the tower. And Ryutaro's taking the bad side of a trade here. In the top lane, going real low. Potions are popped.
Does dodge those 2 abilities from the Gwen there. Could have gotten him down, gotten him killed.
Yeah. No, excellent play from Ryuteros. Keep himself alive in that top lane. We were talking at the start of the game, Gwen's just such a lane bully that it makes it really hard to lane against her sometimes.
Yeah, Dark Creation there with the massive trade onto Watery. Watery able, though, just to use his dash away. He has a lot of safety in his kit. He can taunt, which is going to delay the attack and reduce the amount of damage he takes. Oh, Twitch here is going in pretty aggressive, though, onto Celestiri. Celestiri able to disappear, though, and just walk away. Busty Senpai extremely tanky on that Tahm Kench. Twitch here with a massive CS advantage in the bot lane, though. 15 CS up on their laners.
Yeah, though, like, as we're looking, it is the Tahm Kench getting the majority of the farm here, so that CS advantage maybe not as big of a deal. Tahm Kench definitely works with not as much gold as an AD carry, and Senna is, with 2 kills now especially, able to get herself rolling as well.
Yeah, and the big CS differential we are seeing this game is on the side of Dark Creation and Watery. Watery was roaming, going to lose a little bit of CS because of that, but also the pressure that Dark Creation has been able to force onto him with that early boots too, making him extremely mobile in the lane.
Yeah, and Dark Creation looking to set himself up to carry this game. The early boots. Maybe we'll see a roam out of the Yone here, being able to push this wave pretty easily and have full lane control. The dragon does go the side of Asian Invasion.
Yeah, that is one of the advantage you can have if you are able to push in both of these lanes. Really safe for the jungler to go for that dragon without much vision on the map.
Yeah, and it will be traded out for the Rift Herald in the top lane, it looks like, as Volibear coming in for the gank. Ulti's down onto Celestiri. He will go down so quickly. Twitch with the 2-kill shutdown there. And Busty Senpai left all alone in the lane now.
Yeah, Dark Creation did make the roam down as well, too. Ready for the backup if it was needed, if there was to be like a big team fight or something. Dark Creation was right in the wings. Busty Senpai left alone here with this big wave hitting his tower. That's going to be the second tower plate for Asian Invasion in that bot lane. Nice pickup for them.
Yeah, no, a lot of gold going the way of that Twitch in this early game. Sitting at 3,700 here. About 1,000 gold up of what should be his counterpart in Celestiri. Outside of, like, Busty Senpai obviously getting the farm, but usually Busty Senpai taking on the support role, and it is Senna versus Twitch really as the AD carries.
For sure, for sure.
So, but a couple items here picked up. Not quite hitting that first big item completion yet, but very close.
Yeah, and the jungler's not instigating a lot of ganks so far this game. Both of them have opted to go for a very farm-heavy path. Garvin did manage to pick up that dragon for his team, which is a big pickup. We do see that Pike has, or sorry, Graves has finished his Umbral, which is going to give him a lot of control over that map.
Yeah, really strong vision control with that Umbral Glaive, just giving you a free, as soon as you walk by a ward, you know one's there and it reveals it, you can kill it. It's just such a great item for team vision control.
Yeah, it really gives you the ability, if you are snowballing as well, too, to maintain that snowball with all the vision denial. The other team has a very hard time of regaining that map control. If you're behind, it's not as strong of an item. Oh, Dark Creation coming in for the free trades on the Galio there. Galio not able to taunt him under tower. He could just pop right back to his clone.
Yeah. No, Yone definitely having a pretty easy time trading in this lane. And with that dash out from the clone, giving you a miniature Zed ulti as Ryutaro's. A little bit of an engage to disengage.
Yeah, sometimes that's one of the interesting mechanics of the game, is if you want to not fight, you have to fight a little bit.
Yeah. And just a little bit of harass all around. Not quite the bloody game that we saw from Kevnans Wildboys yesterday. Only 2 kills to each team so far, as Dark Creation X going to get taunted up. Kitsune is here for the backup, will be able to flash away and get a little bit of damage onto Kitsune, as now Volibear in for the counter gank. Watery getting the ultimate down, will go down as Kitsune trying to help clean up some life left on Volibear, but not enough. The heal with the bite keeps him alive.
Yeah, the jump and the jump. We get the jump from the bear. We get the jump from the giant gargoyle. And Asian Invasion coming out on top there in that exchange. It looked like Watery had managed to catch Dark Creation out, made a point of just walking, taking free damage, positioning himself on the clone so that he could get that free taunt onto him. Goach missing his slow onto Busty Senpai here, but able to do a lot of damage for free as he clears out this wave that Busty Senpai had started to snowball onto the tower. Yeah. Busty Senpai just going to ult away, not going to risk anything. Bloop.
Not even an ult anymore. That's
you're right.
The ultimate did get changed to the swallow mechanic. So that is a 20-second cooldown now or so, I believe.
Nice little tunnel.
And not quite the, half a lane length that it was before. So, but it really has opened up a lot of interesting plays on Tom Kench. There are some other parts of his kit that on release of these changes was rather toxic, but overall I think it was a fairly healthy change with him.
And we do see Dark Creation coming in onto Watery. Watery massively underleveled right now. Dark Creation being able to get a lot of free damage and then just pop back to his Shadow.
Yeah, Rift Herald does go down in the bottom lane. That was about to run out, so Busty Senpai and Celesteria pushing out the wave so that they could get at least a couple plates out of it. We did see a poorly used Rift Herald yesterday in the mid lane.
Unfortunately. Used.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the second dragon going off fairly free here for Asian Invasion. Dark Creation with the roam from the mid lane, pushing in that lane so quickly that they're able to very easily collapse on that dragon. Choosing the non-ranged bot lane really does prevent you from getting that lane control. But, and we get the gank coming in. 2 members, but I Am Kitsune's here for the backup onto Garvin. We got the snare from Celestiri. Volibear's popping extremely low, and he does go down. Not enough heals from his passive. He's going to die. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, a bunch of damage coming out, too, from Dark Creation onto Watery.
Yeah. Twitch and Lulu able to get out of there, but Volibear will be the sacrifice.
Goach going hard.
Yeah, and Goach, the ultimate coming out from Lulu, keeping Goach alive for a few more seconds. Busty Senpai managing to take him down now. And now Matthew going to try.
We do see the roam coming in from Dark Creation. That's what's forcing Busty Senpai off there. He did see him coming down on the map, it looked like.
Yeah.
Or at least he had the sense to know that he wasn't going to be able to just fight Lulu on his own.
I believe Watery was on his way as well, and so that was being pinged out, or at least communicated in Discord by Watery that Dark Creation was on the way.
Ooh, Ryotoros mixes his dash onto the wall. He's not able to jump away, but he is going to manage to stay alive there. This top lane, extremely even in farm, even though whenever we've seen it, it looks like Gwen has been getting the best of the lane. But 107 to 106, no major differential. So great job by the Camille. Even though it looked like she keeps staying low, she is not giving up any kills in that lane and not denying herself as a result a huge portion of farm.
Yeah, and both characters with their first item completed. The Divine Sunderer coming out for Camille, Riftmaker for the Gwen. So those 2 power spikes are on the map. And now Rift Herald gets started up by Asian Invasion, but Kitsune is there to kind of push away on this.
Yeah, they're not going to let them get a second Rift Herald for free this game. And it looks like, too, Dark Creation with the level 11 now, very scary in this mid lane. Hasn't yet got his full item completed. Very close, though.
Yeah, and actually it is the second Rift Herald for Kevnans Wildboys. That was the trade at the beginning with the first Drake. Asian Invasion got the Dragon, while Kevnans Wildboys got the Rift Herald.
Yes, thank you.
And Watery getting a little bit of farm. 92 to the 153. That is quite the difference, but honestly, for a tank versus assassin matchup, that's not awful.
Yeah, and you can see the Tom Kench there still playing aggressively, not playing passively. We do see the engage finally from the Camille here in the top lane. Not going to do an extended fight, just a quick little trade. That lane may now be starting to shift in the Camille's favor. A lot of these matchups will shift at different power spikes in your kit depending on how many levels you've got in certain abilities. So this could be the point now where Camille can really contest against that Gwen in the lane.
Yeah, Sundra giving that extra bonus heal in the middle of fights with the procs. Definitely helps out a lot. Now Busty Senpai and Celesteria getting jumped on by Garvin and will be trying to run away here, but 3 members chasing them down. And the Galio coming in for assistance, gets the taunt across 3 of them. Busty Senpai going to be taken low, and Watery will be the sacrifice to try and get this bot lane out of here, but Celesteria will also go down. Not quite able to get away in time.
Yeah, Asian Invasion taking advantage of the lack of TP available for Ryotoros on that top lane, able to force a 5v4 in that bot lane, and even with all the global assistance and disengage that Kevnans, Wildboys, Supreme have, they don't come out on top. Asian Invasion is able to make it work.
Yeah, and really well ganked out down in the bottom lane. That will be the mid tower as well going down here. As Dragon spawning in the next 45 seconds here, and Camille and Gwen just going right back at it in the top lane here. So teleport is available for Ryuteros as he gets through this.
Yeah, Ryotoros having to play safe there. Not sure where the opposing team would be on the map. Not aware if Yone is close by or if Volibear's in a close corner. So not able to just take that fight there. May have been able to come out ahead, but chooses to play it safe instead.
Yeah. And it looks like Camille will be coming down to help fight around this dragon. I don't know if that's necessarily the best option since you do have the teleport on Camille. You do have the teleport advantage with Gwen having used it earlier to get down to the bottom lane. Maybe get that push in the top lane as Busty Senpai now getting jumped on by Volibear. A little bit of damage coming out, but that is a tanky catfish. Star Creation X now trying to get some more damage down as Watery finds a few members in the backline. Will be shredded down as Camille jumps into the fight. Will shut down Dark Creation X. And well, Matthew going to find Watery, and that will be a 2 for 1. Busty Senpai did go down around the backside after being chased by Volibear. And that will be the 3rd dragon going the way of Asian Invasion.
Asian Invasion really mastering the jungle control this game. Winning that fight there puts a massive threat in the game. They've got the 4-dragon pressure now when the next dragon comes up. And Kevnans, Wildboy, Supreme dealing with that Dark Creation. Dark Creation able to do massive damage onto the Tom Kench and then just pop back to his shadow when he's right in the team fight against Kevnan, Wildboy, Supreme. So Watery... not as tanky as they really need him to be right now. Hopefully he's able to get a little bit more durability as this game goes on. But right now he's getting ganked under the tower. Ultimate comes through for Senna, trying to keep him alive. He's trying to walk away. Teleport coming too as well. Camille gets knocked up, though. Sheer teleport is canceled. Kitsune on the back line, trying to recover this, taking so much damage from the Twitch. Volibear on the backside as well, too. AFK Shadow looking for Celesteria. Gets the hit, but he's not going to be able to follow it up. Celesteria flashes away, and Asian Invasion have just taken control of this mid game.
Yeah, Asian Invasion running wild right now. 3 towers down. And Inhibitor Tower open on the map now. Baron is up, so we may see that as a future fighting point because it does look like Asian Invasion as they're not finished yet. Diving under the tower, Volibear takes out Lulu, and Gwen will be able to survive the initial burst. And Watery jumping in will not be able to do enough to help Ryuteros. Actually, no, the cleanup is coming in through with Ryuteros, and now Watery trying to finish off Gwen. Matthew going to be chased down. Not there to finish him off. The Whimsy might come out soon. Not fast enough. Taunt up and killed. And
yeah, Matthew having no mana there. Not really able to do the Lulu forever escapes. that you're normally used to seeing. Can't whimsy himself and slow the opponents down. Really just starve for mana at the end of that fight. Does get picked off at the end. Dark Creation not able to pick up anything major on the map, though. Tries to get a little bit of pressure on that top side. But a massive re-engage there from Kevnans Wildboys Supreme, able to take back some of that advantage that Asian Invasion had just accumulated.
Yeah, and the Kevnans Wildboys do have the bounty objectives as well, so you see on the map that like the Baron Nashor highlighted there, as and a couple of towers highlighted with the bounties available.
Yeah, that catch-up mechanic, absolutely massive. Has the potential to pretty much even the gold differential if they can pick some of that up.
Yeah. I think it's unlikely we'll see a Baron play, so that objective might not be taken advantage of with this bounty system, but
that fourth dragon, Kevnans are not going to be able to just give that up for free. We will see them positioning for that dragon fight unless Asian Invasion is able to take map control and force Kevnans Wildboys Supreme out of the way. We do see Kevnans positioning around the Baron, though, trying to get control vision in the area, and it looks like we got a ping onto the Baron. They might go for a quick Baron here. Kitsune Celestiri starting it up. AFK Shadow spots him. They do drop a pink ward into Baron. They are aware now. Ryotaro starts with the engage, pops the plant. He's into the pit. They say it's time. They've only got it down about half health. We see the rotations coming in from the bot side. Twitch is invisible. They're looking for their opening. Baron's not low enough. Twitch gets Celestiri for free, and the turnaround from Kevnans. The engage onto their team. Gwen on the back line doing so much damage to I Am Kitsune. Watery trying to come for the backup. Busty Senpai with the save. Picks him up into his body, but the bear is here. The bear flashes. He knocks you, hits you in the head, and I Am Kitsune's trying to walk away. Ryotaro's not with enough damage, or maybe he does. No, not quite enough. He is going to fall down. And all the while, Dark Creation X on the bot side breaks the outer tower into the base. Inhibitor is all his. We see bases coming through from I Am Kitsune and from Busty Senpai, but they're not able to get there in time. They don't get the Baron, and they lose bottom Inhibitor.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, I don't think there's going to be a Baron play because there's just not enough Baron damage available on this team. Senna and Graves not really the best AD carries at taking Baron. At least not at this point. You need to get quite later in the game when just a single auto attack does a good chunk of the health.
Yeah, even having that full Baron vision control, they can't do it fast enough. Not a normal situation for Kevnans Wildboys. Kevnans Wildboys generally do accumulate an advantage in their bot lane, so they might be used to be able to doing quick Barons at this time, and just unfortunately with this team comp and this gold setup, they don't have the quick enough Baron to make the play work out for them.
Yeah, and now we do see a gathering in the mid lane. I feel Asian Invasion really want to try to keep around this mid tower, not just for the mid lane control, but that would be the easiest objective that we have for those objective bounties right now, is that low mid lane tower.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Kevnans Wildboys, because they took that fight, they lost the bottom pressure on the map, and they're not able to extend out far enough to contest for the dragon, so they are going to let the fourth dragon go for free over to Asian Invasion. Asian Invasion now taking control of the map, and they're the ones with the fast Baron. They've got AFK Shadow and Dark Creation X, as you can see, already shredding that Baron really quickly. Matthew on the backline sweeping out the wards, but Kevnans Wildboys Supreme are not in position. They're not going to be able to contest this. They start the walk now, but it's going to be too late. Yeah. Baron Nashor for Asian Invasion at 25 minutes.
25 minutes. That is a lot of that is an early Baron, and it's going to be very hard to defend with, because again, talking about this team composition from Kevnans Wildboys, not a lot of wave clear either on this team.
They are looking for an AoE engage. Ryotos goes for the ultimate. We got the Galio follow-up. We have Volley Bear coming from the backside to do the engage. Matthew dies right away. They lose their support, but the battle's still going on. Ryotos following slow. Twitch safely auto-attacking from the backside, doing so much damage onto them, and then Dark Creation X pops over to the tower, picks up Watery. He pops down. I Am Kitsune is going to pop down as well, too. That's a double kill. That is the ace for Asian Invasion. And that is going to be the game as well, too, with the super minions pushing on the bot side, over 20-second rest timers, Baron buffs on all their team members. The massive minion waves are going to be everything that they need to be able to push down this Nexus and take the first game of our Sunday finals.
Yeah, that was a dominant victory. Just flicked a switch and ended the game right off that Baron play. Really well played by Asian Invasion. Got that early lead, extended it into the mid lane, and really never gave a chance for Kevnans Wildboys to come back into this game.
Yeah, really hard matchup for the Galio versus that Yone in the mid lane. Yone able to put on so much pressure throughout the game. And as the fight went on, Kevnans Wildboys didn't give up on what they set out to do. They weren't afraid to pull the trigger. They still tried to make their AoE combo, and it looked like it would work out for us. Unfortunately for them, they weren't able to catch the high damage Twitch in that combo. So Twitch able to damage for free in that last team fight. So many threats, though, on their team. They had Yone, Gwen, Twitch, all massive threats, doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, and it was also a case of, like, they got the comp down and they got the execution off. The execution was actually really great, but it was a little bit too little too late, too far behind to really be able to make an impact, even with such great usage, a combination of the ultimates and everything that they had.
Yeah, great game. Great first game of the day.